After a 4-year wait, and following the demise of the Dreamcast, Soul Calibur 2 would face the unenviable task of following what was arguably the greatest ever fighting game. The weapons-based combat would see considerable improvements between Soul Blade and Soul Calibur, yet this follow-up is more of a refinement than a revolution. Soul Calibur 2 remains a great, engrossing fighter that has content to spare, though Namco missed a few tricks that might have seen this sequel scaling the same highs that its monumental predecessor reached. The good news is that Soul Calibur 2 benefits immensely from more powerful hardware. There is a clear buff to character detail, with expressive models and less blocky textures. Animation is crisp and flows beautifully. Arenas look colourful and detailed without taking away from the furiously fast action, and the game never sacrifices its smooth performance during gameplay. It's a huge step up visually, with Namco even letting you taunt your opponent during loading screens to show off the upgraded character models. The sound remains as bombastic as its forebearer, with a euphony of orchestral tracks fusing excellently with the hard-hitting weapon slashes. The addition of English voice acting is uneven, but can thankfully be reverted back to its more natural-sounding Japanese. The fighting remains sharp too, thanks to some tweaks which refine the combat. Players can perform multiple strikes and guards, along with special soul charge moves and guard impacts, which will allow you a brief window to attack. When you factor in the 8-way movement system, causing ring outs with hard strikes, and charged attacks that can break guards, there's a ton of techniques to master. And you will need to master these, with smarter AI that reacts to spammed offense with a slew of combos. It does mean Soul Calibur 2 is not quite as accessible, but for those looking to sharpen their swords on a tougher experience, it will be worth the extra effort.
I'm not going to lose to fools like you.
A roster of 25 characters is available, with a mix of returning fighters and new additions. These are mixed in quality, as while Raphael and Talem bear unique fighting styles, Cassandra and Yung Seong are remixes of Sophitia and Huang respectively. Tekken's Heihachi also makes a guest appearance, but feels completely out of place. The roster just doesn't feel quite as balanced this time around, with a lot of overpowered characters that can be exploited to steamroller some of the weaker fighters. This is a shame, as even the older Soul Blade offered greater balance between combatants. A practice mode does allow you to learn the intricacies of each character, but even after taking time to learn the ropes, you can still feel cheated by a flurry of powerful attacks from certain characters. Soul Calibur 2 boasts a good set of modes. Along with traditional arcade, survival, and versus setups, the main meat of the experience comes from Weapon Master Mode. Here, after choosing a fighter, you progress through several regions, each containing a handful of challenges. These add modifiers to regular fights, such as draining health, damage only dealt to opponents while they're in the air, and less time before the round ends. Some of the challenges are painfully difficult, and while the prospect of collecting dozens of weapons for each fighter may be a tantalising prospect for some, less skilled players may find the journey a bit of a slog. Still, those who can stick with it will find a lengthy and fruitful campaign.
Unexpected!
The interesting part of Weapon Master Mode is the sheer number of extra armaments you can earn. Different locations allow you to use gold earned from missions to buy an endless supply of swords, axes, and any other sharps wielded by characters. But aside from cosmetic changes, each weapon also bears unique stats and traits. Some will deplete your health with each strike but improve damage dealt, others will have a longer reach, and some will even increase your chance of breaking through guards. It's wiser to start Weapon Master Mode before investing in the rest of the game, as unlocking extra versions of each mode allows you to then wield these weapons outside of this solo mode, including in versus. You can wield 10 swords or 1,000,000, But how does Soul Calibur 2 feel to play? Ultimately, Namco follows up their brilliant fighter with more of the same. Some aspects of the experience are better, such as the outstanding presentation and remarkable number of weapons you can wield. Other aspects feel like a backward step, such as the lack of balance around the roster and weak character additions. But it still packs a serious punch, bearing a plethora of game modes that should keep you going for upwards of 25 hours. While definitely not the genre-defining experience its predecessor will be remembered for, this tale of Swords and Destiny is still one worth embarking on.
You again? I've had enough of you!
Haven't you had enough